now then. Girls want flowers on Valentine's Day, but these are flowers that you have to put in the work to maintain them. Like for a month or two, you have to keep watering them. You have to find a nice vase to have those natural flowers at least bloom for some time in your home.
I don't think
but
I
then
have that time.
You get flowers and 2 days later you're throwing them in the trash.
And I'm going to throw them out today.
Then don't ask for flowers. I mean, be specific and tell him, I don't want flowers on Valentine's Day. First of all, you're going to, just say that.
What if someone else sends the flowers? So as long as you send them, we don't mind whether I keep them or I throw them out.
Or give them out.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Got it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So today is Janani Luwum Day. This is the 49th anniversary of Janani Luwum Day. He was born in 1922.
Yeah.
By the time of his death, he was the Archbishop, actually former Archbishop Church of Uganda, the Anglican Church, and he died on the 16th of February 1977, and it is reported that he died on the orders of the then President Idi Amin. Yes. Today the celebrations are happening this day was declared a public holiday not so long ago, on 2015, that's when President Museveni declared it a public holiday. Now today the celebrations are happening at his place of birth, that is Wigweng village. Michwini sub-county, Kitgum district. That's where it's happening.
Okay.
And the theme for this year's day is anchored in Christ for stability, peace and unity. We expect President Museveni to be the chief guest of honor. He's supposed to be arriving anytime from now to address, but the celebrations start very early in the morning. And of course the question is, how does this day relate to you and me who were not there then? How relevant is it still? Because of course it has to do with the church. How is politics intertwined, or how politics is intertwined with the church today, and how the relationship between religious leaders and politicians and the sitting government, and the role that they play in politics today, how they influence how politics is going today. I think it's still similar. If we had Janani Luwum, a man who'd speak out against the regime and things of human rights violations and all that, right now we'll still see religious leaders come up on some of these days that are being celebrated, even on normal days. They'll come up and speak against maybe things that they feel are not going right when it comes to politics and all. So I think there's still a correlation between the two. And another question is, Flora, if you were Janani Luwum, or if you were given the chance to be him, would you speak out about issues if it meant you losing your life or everything that mattered to you? Would you still speak out if you said,
for now,
I don't know. Would you
for
still
now, I
speak out?
can't. But waliwo miaka jotukamu Pamela, okay, I'm not saying I can't die now.
Of course,
you can die anytime. Ne waliwo emyaka gyotukamu n'olabanga whatever I say buli kimu embanga nkikoze. I have a right to speak if I'm seeing injustices in the country and biti kati by the time Janani Luwum yayogerera era emyaka gyali gyegyo ng'ate ye engeri gye yalina eddiini ennyingi nga he believes bw'ayogera the government will hear and maybe they will change ebintu ebimu bye baali bakola, but ate nebikyukamu ng'ate gwe yali agamba nga ye si byakola ki si byayagala okuwulira oba nga tayagala kumanya. Kyova olaba n'essaawa zino abamu abapriests oba baani ababeera mu church nga babuulira, sometimes they beat around the bush. Tebaagala kwogera kiri kyennyini gwe Pamela nga gwe kyewandyagadde owulira, because at the back of their mind they're like, what if I speak this and I go?
So now we're seeing
a
lot of religious leaders who are actually not speaking out the way that they should speak out.
Sometimes
so they're not as spirited.
They don't want to be involved in politics and bichi ebyo era that's why oluusi ojja balabanga bonna babeera wamu nga maybe bafunyeyo omuntu omu aboogerera naye the others are not speaking because they love their lives. At the end of the day obulamu bwobeera obwagala Pamela ng'ogamba kati bonna ayogera kino bagenda kundowooleza ki oba kati ebyo babivaako.
Or maybe the other thing is that because you're speaking to masses of people who believe in different ideologies, so at the end of the day you're like, if I speak for this ideology then how will these other people take it? So they feel like they want to be neutral, but when you talk about things of human rights and maybe politics are day in and day out of people's lives. So I think that religious leaders should still stick to not just be neutral, but they should still speak and and have influence over politics. Because you see, in the political times, you'll see about MP aspirants or maybe political leaders, the ones who are elected into offices. They know that one of the most important places to go to is the church, because they know there's a voice that they can speak on, and then there's influence from the church. If you get the side of a religious leader, you've gotten a mass of people to follow you.
Sometimes naye kati waba akolera mu Kampala waayogera ennyo ng'atya nti bajja mukyusa bamuze fotopoto abantu gye batajja era nga bamuwulira bakukyusa. I also want to think it is the church engeri gye balinayo ababeera babakulira. Oyogera ennyo ku bintu basobola okugamba Pamela, you need to stop talking about that because it will cause problems.
Nga wali incite the people and
all. Nga wali bwogambye nti batya okwogera because people believe in different ideologies.
Yes.
Oba obwagira bus oba wa umbrella ayinza okujja nayogera ekibi ku umbrella ate n'onyiiga ate oli najja nayogera ku bus n'onyiiga, so they choose to keep quiet.
Okay.
Yeah. But whatever it is, we shall celebrate Janan because yaliwo
and learn from
and
him.
I am not saying we shall get another one. I was about to say until we get another one.
Okay, so also today we have, right now as we speak, there's a team that is headed towards the home of Bobby Wine, the National Platform Party President, Robert Kyagulanyi Bobby Wine. This is a team that involves NUP leaders and Bobby Wine's lawyers. They are going to his home in Margaret to visit. So we're yet to see how that plays out at his place. Will they be allowed access to his home? And maybe will it be like a closed door? Then later on they'll tell us, okay, as the leaders of NUP, this is what we talked about. And so that's also going to be happening today.
Okay.
Now, over the weekend, remember the story of Pamela Tumwebaze, Director of Studies at Uganda Christian University, was made rounds last week, and the circumstances of her death, how there was this guy who came and was dressed in one of her clothes, and then later on went and confronted the maid, and then ran away, and her body is found lifeless on the bed, taken to hospital, and she's confirmed dead later. So police released a statement over the weekend about the suspect, the key suspect who has been arrested, a former Shamba boy, apparently. His name is Taweiko Dak Hussein. He has been arrested in connection to the crime. He's being treated as the key suspect. He was arrested in Budaka. Apparently, according to police, that was a hideout for him. That was his hideout place. And he was found in possession of Pamela's property, and a very, very key piece of evidence that links to the murder, the clothes. Yeah, he was found in possession of her. Yes, some of her clothes. So.
It's very, very sad. Nalabya abaana benga boogera mu church. They were bambi still younger. They need their mother. Banange nengamba abantu bananga abantu tebalina kisa. Anyway, it was very, very sad.
And most people have described her as really a very nice person and soft person.
When
you know, and then you wonder why somebody of that caliber should be sought after and murdered in such a way. Yeah, so what could have been the intentions of this guy? Was he just a stalker or had sexual maybe interest in her, or maybe before he was fired, because apparently he was a Shamba boy before, and he was fired under unclear circumstances. So what could have happened? Maybe he tried stealing from her, we don't know. Maybe he tried making advances at her, we don't know exactly what could have happened before. Or he came as a revenge for being fired, maybe also.
Yeah. Anti ne wobanga bakwogerako nti obadde mulungi, of course wabaawo a section of people who don't like you. Oba maybe oluusi abantu bayinza obanga tebakwagala because Pam okola bulungi emirimu kyo. They're like, why are you doing this and that? Ate nga bwogambye wali nti kiyinza okubanga revenge. Engeri gye bamugobamu nga tategedde. Ate kiyinza okubanga the late ng'ayina omukono. Why the guy was fired. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's very sad.
Yeah.
Now, also police did an operation in Chengera Central in parts of Nabiziza and Masanda and Chinawa. And following this kind of operation, they found youths who were smoking narcotics and narcotic drugs, and these youths were arrested. Actually, they were paraded before police and then later arrested. The operation happened between 10:30 p.m. and 3:30 a.m. and the number who were arrested are 32. And they're currently detained at Chengera police station pending screening. They'll be presented in court and then later. So police has always been consistent with their message. Most of these people who are found in possession of narcotics or smoking them, last week. There were, I think, how many were arrested? About 26 others. These were 32 now. So these people, they steal items, they first do narcotics, I think, to beef up their spirits, and then go and conduct that kind of theft, petty theft, snatching of bags and what, and even real aggravated robberies in some instances. So that's what police usually says. That's why they go hard on them. It depends if, like, possession. Okay, it's mostly between 15-20 years in jail.
Ate sente tuzisobola.
50,000 currency points, about 1 billion.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
Kati osalawo n'ogenda ne bakusiba because toba na option.
Yeah.
Hello guys.
The Mid-Morning to Corner with Flora Shaw, 100.2 Galaxy FM. Zina. ISBAT is a leading chartered university with world-class campus facilities and internationally experienced professors, assuring outstanding performance